Hello, 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 and welcome back to episode 2 of Christmas in July. It's hard for me to say that. It's hard for me to say Christmas, if you haven't noticed. We are diving into a project today, but first of all, if you missed episode 1, you can find it in the playlist link below. We made these beautiful little trays with a pillar candle or with a jar candle, as you can see right there. And so you can watch that in the replay in the playlist. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I encourage you. If you enjoy this content, we will be doing Christmas in July all month, and we're going to be doing all kinds of fun craft projects. We're going to be doing thrift flip home decor items. We're going to be doing how to take something you already have and elevate it and upcycle it into a Christmas ornament or decor. We're going to be using trash, everyday trash, to make some really awesome Christmas decor items. So I want to encourage you, if you would like to come along on this journey and be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, because we're going to be here doing this all month. And today's project is going to be, I went out to the wood shop, and we are going to start with 2 plain pieces of wood. This one is a 2x6. This one is a 1x. I think this is an old fence panel or something. I didn't even clean them up. I just pulled them out of my wood pile. They were already cut down to this size. I thought, you know what? I wanted this to be rustic and simple. These are great to set on a shelf, or you can even put it in a display of your Christmas decor, or you could put it in your tree. But let me show you what we're going to do today. We're going to take these 2 pieces of wood, 2 nails, and again, I went out to my wood shop and I grabbed 2 of the rustiest nails I could find, because I wanted this project to feel very primitive, very rustic, and just something that just anybody can do. You're going to need a hammer, like my little pink hammer, and a little bit of sandpaper, because we are going to clean the wood off. And this right here, you can use any ornaments that you have or that you want to use, but I bought these obviously at Goodwill. They are 4 Christmas stars. They were $1.19 at Goodwill. And I saw them and I thought, you know what? I loved, they're made out of vine and twine and little sparkly icicle type deals. I don't know if you can see that very well. But what we're going to do, there's 4 of them in this container. I'm only going to use 2 of them today. We're going to use the other 2 for something else. So we're going to set them aside and use them for something else. So the reason I brought 2 pieces of wood, because I wanted you to see it. There is no rhyme or reason here. And that's what I love about crafting. You can do anything that you want to do. There really is no rules when it comes to crafting. It's really a personal preference. I tend to love simple and just something that you just feel like your grandparents, primitive, I guess, something that would have been made back, the rustic, the farmhouse, not so much-ish, but I do like farmhouse, but more the rustic, primitive, just simple design. So I'm going to take a little piece of sandpaper. This happens to be 400 grit. I grabbed the first sandpaper that I could find in my shop. So I'm going to quarter this up and just use a piece of it because we're going to start with this big chunky 2x6 first. And I didn't even take the time to saw it and make it straight. That's how primitive this is going to be, and I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to rough it up just a little bit, kind of get all the, it's got sandpaper, sawdust on it. So I'm just going to rough up the edges. You can paint this. You can stain this. You can do whatever you want to. I just wanted, because a lot of the wood in my wood shop is reclaimed lumber. It already really has a really pretty patina and finish on it. So I really wanted it to be that. So I felt like I didn't want to stain it or anything. So I'm just roughing it up just a little bit, kind of getting all the sawdust and dirt, yeah, I said dirt, off of it. Now, once you have done that, just kind of dust it off a little bit. Let's see. For those of you that want to know, this is a 2x6 and it is 7 inches long. It's a 2x6, 7 inches long, because I know somebody's going to ask what size these are. This one, 2x6, 7 inches long. We are going to take one of our stars and we are going to place it on our 2x6. Now the stars do have a twine hanging, and I don't want this on this one. I don't want it to hang. I think I want it just to be the star. So I'm going to cut that off. Let's go ahead and cut that off. Now, and what I'm left with, you can, it does have little places in here that I can stick it through. So I'm going to kind of figure out where I want it to hang. I think I want it right about there. And you're going to realize I'm a right about there kind of girl when it comes to crafting. I like just to eyeball things. If you don't like to eyeball things and you want this to be perfect, then go ahead and get a tape measure, measure it, divide it in two so you can figure out where the center is. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not that kind of crafter. So just take your hammer, hammer this in. Now, these nails are kind of long for this project, but I'm going to show you why in just a second. I don't want it to come out the back, so I keep checking to make sure we're not coming through yet. Okay, right about there. And as you can see, there is my nail. And I am just going to take my primitive star and I'm going to hang it on this nail. And it's going to hang from the 2x. It just hangs right there. How stinking cute is that? Isn't that darling? I think so. I like the chunkiness of the 2x better than I think I'm going to like this one, but we're going to go ahead and do this one. But if you wanted to keep, and I'll show you this in a minute. Okay, so again, I'm going to do the same thing with this one as I did, except I'm going to keep the hanger and you're going to see the difference. Again, just going to sand and rough this up. Now this piece of board is a different color than that one. This was a fence, part of a fencing. It's a 5.5 inches, I believe. Yeah, it's 5.5 inches by, this one's 11 inches long. So it's just a cut off piece from that. So it's got that weathered gray look already. And we're just gonna dust it off. Get all the little sand and the dirt off of it. It does have a couple of old nails on it. I'm gonna see if I can get them off. I don't know if I have the right tools. I might have the right tools in here. Let's see. That's tougher than I thought it was. Okay, there's one. And we might decide which side we put this on, because one side is more of the gray than the other. Okay, hold on. Let me get this. There we go. Okay. Now let me sand down what I just did. Okay. This side is more of the white, gray, weathered side. Now this side is the side that was, this side would have been the exposed side that you would have seen from no 2x4s, but this side you can tell that's where the 2x4 was in order to tack the fence to it. So I don't know which one that I like better. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with this one, simply because it doesn't have the difference between the two right there. I think I'm just going to go with this one, since I'm not painting it, since I'm not doing anything to it. I'm just putting this on there. Okay, so let's go with this right here. Now, this right here is probably the bottom of what would have been the fence, because it's jagged. So let's clean it up just a little bit more. And again, you can paint these. You can paint them whatever color you want. But I just don't feel like that's what I want to do with these for my design. Now, again, we have the stringer, the hanger right there. And I am going to use the hanger this time and kind of see about where I want it. Let's see. Somewhere probably right about there-ish. Don't you love that? There-ish. So put my hand there. Let's eyeball the middle, but you don't have to. You can get a tape measure. You can be precise. That's okay. It's your design. It's your creativity. And I'm just going to hammer this in. Now, I should have grabbed, I didn't. I should have grabbed some shorter nails for this one, because this isn't not quite as chunky. But I just don't want to come out the back. And I feel like I'm going to any minute now. Okay. So, I've got my little hanger nail. My rusty nail that I've had forever. And this particular one kind of nail has a little, I don't remember what kind of nails these are called. But anyway, it's got a little divot right there. So I'm just going to hang that right there. Let's see if it hangs better the other way. There we go. I can tell you by looking at this, I'm not as happy with this one as I am with this one. So what I think I might do, put a pause this real quick, because I'm going to run get some stain. And I'm going to stain this real quick, and I think we're going to see the difference. So, hold up. Oh my goodness, y'all. I had an idea, because I was running to the shop to get the stain and some napkins. But then I thought, remember those ornaments from episode 1? Those absolutely gorgeous glass ornaments? You could use anything on here. Absolutely anything. But then I got to thinking, because this is a more of a grayish weathered color, how beautiful would these ornaments look from that? And they would just stand out. Look, there's the blue one. You may have a favorite ornament. You may have a favorite that's a ornament from your childhood or something that you want to display that doesn't necessarily go on your tree. And this is an absolutely awesome way to do it. You could paint it white. You could paint it gold. You could paint the boards. You could stain the boards. Possibilities are absolutely endless, aren't they? I love this because I love the primitive, the more natural, the more simple if you will. But there is the blue. And let's see, let's lay that right there. Here is the red. There is just simple red. Y'all, how stinking cute is that? Can't you see that on your mantle? You've got the garland draped across. You've got, you could do 2 or 3 of these and just stick them in garland. You could do your favorite ornament like this. I am, although, because we started this project with this, don't you love design? Because it can change. It can change midstream. That's what I love about design. So that was the red one. Now let's do the green, because we haven't seen a green one yet. This one is a green one with snowflakes on it. Oh, I love the green. I love the contrast between the board and I just shattered that one. Just so you know, these are not shatterproof. They are glass. So be very careful. Very careful. And I'm just going to leave that there. I have another green one. And here we go. I love it. I absolutely love it. Because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Now, these ornaments are shatterproof. If you choose to do this type, this is a 1x. It's not as chunky as the 2x, so it's not quite as stable as the 2x. Obviously, we've got shattered all over the counter. So there is the green. I thought the green was really pretty. I think I got too excited about the green, and I bumped the table too much. But anyway, there's the green. The green was absolutely adorable. Okay, so, but let's get back to what we were doing, because what we were doing is I ran to get some stain, and this happens to be Provincial. It's kind of, it lends itself to a little bit darker color. Lay it somewhere so it doesn't get on anything. And I am just going to take I'm going to do this with a paper towel today, because I don't need very much. I just need enough to darken the board. That's all we're doing, is darkening the board. Just rub it on. And I am not going to get fancy with it rubbing it in, because I want it to look primitive. I want it to be something that, you know, they would have done back in the day. It's not something that was mass produced. It was all done by hand, and you can tell things were done by hand from way back when. Let's see, let's get just a little bit darker right here. I'm going to go ahead and kind of darken up the sides just ever so slightly, because you'll see them. Okay. I feel like that's dark enough. I mean, it's pretty dark compared to what it was. Let me touch up some spots here, because I feel like it's not. You know, at this point, if you're staining, it's pretty much all in, all or none, right? I mean, that's what it is. And weathered wood takes stain differently than new wood. So remember that if you're doing this on a new board, it will take the stain a little bit differently. Okay, let's go ahead and put the lid back on the stain so we don't have a casualty there. Let me see. Okay. Now, here we have the stained board. And we're going to take our Christmas ornament, the star, and we're going to put it right there. And there we have it. What do y'all think? The 2x6 chunky and the taller 1x. I like the contrast of them both. I think I still prefer this one. What do you think? Which one do you like best? Or did you like taking it where it was the kind of the grayed out, weathered, natural, and just doing the colored ornaments on it? Which one did you like best? Let me know in the comments. And I can't wait for the next episode of Christmas in July. We'll do another fun Christmas craft. Y'all have a blessed day.